5
Hey,
common
good to
mistakes
see
that are
you.
secretly harming your dog.
Hey, good to see you.
Asterisk, you love your dog more than anything. You give them the best food, the comfiest beds, and all the belly rubs they could want. You do everything in your power to keep them happy and healthy. But what if I told you that some of the most common things we do for our dogs, things that seem harmless, are secretly causing them stress, pain, or even long-term damage? These are the critical mistakes that even the most well-meaning owners make every single day without ever realizing the harm they're causing. By the end, you won't just be more aware, you'll know how to make simple changes that will dramatically improve your dog's health and happiness, and make that incredible bond you share even stronger. So, let's get into The simple truth is, our dogs can't just tell us when something's wrong, and a lot of us are missing the signs. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 of these hidden dangers. First, decide on a clear set of house rules. Is the dog allowed on the furniture or not? Is feeding from the table always off? Write them down if you need to. Then, the most crucial part, everyone has to enforce these rules all the time. Consistency isn't about being mean or unloving. It's about providing the predictable world your dog needs to feel safe and confident. No exceptions. It's one of the clearest ways you can say I love you in a language your dog understands. This simple tool gives you real, immediate control, keeping your dog safe. It allows you to teach loose leash walking because there's a clear, constant connection between you. The third major mistake is focusing only on physical exercise while ignoring mental exercise. You think, great, my dog is tired and happy. But what if they're not? A standard leash helps you work as a team, exploring the world together, safely and in sync. Section 1. Mistake number 1, the just this once trap. We're always sharing new ways to help you and your dog live your best lives together, and we'd love for you to be part of the community. The good news is, this doesn't have to be expensive or take up a lot of time. 15 minutes of focused mental work can be more tiring for a dog than a full hour of walking. You're on a walk, you see another dog, and your first instinct is to say, "Oh, a new friend." Dogs communicate with a subtle language of body signals that most humans are completely illiterate in. You're teaching them to terrible things. First, that you won't protect them from what scares them. And second, that their quiet attempts to communicate are useless. This forces them to get louder to be heard, escalating from a growl to a snap, and maybe even a bite. We obsess over their food, their exercise, and their coat, but we often forget to look inside their mouth. The plaque and tartar you see on their teeth are a hardened mass of bacteria. They might chew on one side of their mouth, be less interested in hard food, or shy away when you touch their face. But often they suffer in silence until the disease is really bad. This bacterium doesn't just stay in the mouth, it causes painful gum inflammation and eats away at the structures holding the teeth in place. Worse, this bacteria can get into your dog's bloodstream and travel through the body, causing inflammation and infection in vital organs. Using dangerous retractable leashes, forgetting about their mental needs, forcing social situations, and ignoring the silent pain of dental disease. This isn't about making you feel guilty. Nobody is a perfect owner. It's about being a little better tomorrow than we were today. Let me know in the comments below. I do read every single one. Thanks for watching, and pat your dog from me. By making these small changes, you're not just fixing mistakes. You're building a stronger foundation of trust, communication, and safety. You're making sure your best friend gets to live the happiest, healthiest life possible right by your side. Studies have shown a clear link between advanced dental disease and a higher risk of heart, kidney, and liver disease. And what's happening in there can be a source of constant, hidden pain and a gateway to other diseases. This is how leash reactivity and dog aggression are born. That yawn isn't because he's tired, it's a sign of stress. That quick lip lick isn't hunger, it's anxiety. The whale eye, where you see the whites of their eyes, a stiff body, a tucked tail, turning their head away. These are all your dog yelling, "I am on." If daily brushing isn't going to happen, start with a few times a week and add in other tools. Look for dental chews, treats, and water additives that have the VOHC Veterinary Oral Health Council seal of approval. And just like you go to the dentist, your dog needs regular professional dental cleanings under anesthesia from your vet. This lets them clean below the gum line and take x-rays to find hidden problems. Taking care of their teeth isn't an optional extra. It is a core part of being a responsible dog owner that can add years to their life and save them from a world of hidden pain. You pull your dog toward the other one, maybe even using that fateful line, "Don't worry, he's friendly." Instead of just dumping their food in a bowl, use a puzzle feeder or a snuffle mat to make them work for their meal. Start by learning the basics of canine body language. See those early signs of stress and do something about them. It is perfectly okay. It's your job to cross the street to avoid another dog, or to say, "Sorry, we're in training right now," to stop an unwanted greeting. Real socialization isn't about forced interaction. It's about building your dog's confidence so they can be calm and neutral around others. When you respect their boundaries, you build unbreakable trust. Spend 5 or 10 minutes a day on fun training sessions, practicing old commands, or teaching a new trick. Hide some high-value treats around the room and play Find It, letting them use their incredible nose. Rotate their toys to make old ones feel new again. A mentally tired dog is a calm, confident, and happy dog. Engaging their brain is the key to having a more balanced and well-behaved best friend. It sounds innocent. "I'll let him on the couch, just this once." That long, extendable cord is the perfect way to give your dog more freedom to sniff around while still being on a leash. The chewing, the barking, the digging, that isn't your dog being bad. It's your dog screaming, "My brain is bored." We've bred these animals for centuries to do complex jobs like herding, retrieving, and tracking. Their brains are wired to solve problems. When we don't give them an outlet for that mental energy, it creates serious behavioral issues. It's like asking a brilliant person to do nothing but stack blocks all day. It would be torture. For our dogs, this lack of mental work can lead to anxiety and stress. Tiring out their body is only half the job. It feels like a win-win. But in reality, these things aren't just bad for training. They are an accident waiting to happen. "I'll give her a little piece of my steak, just this once." It trains them to pull. When the dog pulls, the line gets longer, and they get to go where they want. That thin cord is hard for other people to see, creating a tripping hazard for runners, cyclists, or anyone walking by. For people, they cause deep cuts, rope burns, and even finger amputations. The cord itself can snap, especially if a big dog lunges unexpectedly. The locking mechanism inside can fail without warning. And in that split second, you have zero control. Your dog could be 20 feet away, darting into traffic or getting into it with an unfriendly dog before you have any chance to react. The injuries from these leashes are horrible. For dogs, the sudden jerk when they hit the end of the line can cause severe neck injuries, a collapsed trachea, and even spinal damage. It's a liability, not a leash. The leash rewards the pulling with more freedom, reinforcing a bad habit that's incredibly hard to break. One day, it's about sales. The next, it's about being on time. And the day after, it's all about your boss's mood. You'd feel stressed and confused all the time, never knowing how to succeed. That is exactly what your dog goes through when the rules at home are inconsistent. They thrive on clear, predictable rules. That consistency is the foundation of their security. This doesn't just stress them out, it sabotages all your training efforts and chips away at the trust they have in you as a reliable leader. We do it because we love them and we want to make them happy. But what feels like a special treat to you feels like chaos to your dog. The first mistake, and it's one pretty much every owner is guilty of, is falling into the "just this once" trap. Here's why this is so damaging. Dogs are creatures of habit. When the rules are always changing, it creates a state of constant confusion and anxiety. They have no idea why jumping on you gets them a good scratch one moment and a scolding the next. Think about it this way. Imagine if the rules for getting a promotion at your job changed every single day. Throw that retractable leash in the trash. Get a standard 6-foot leash made of nylon or leather. The fix is simple, but it requires discipline from you and everyone in the house. You play fetch until they're panting. Section 2, mistake number 2. The illusion of freedom. The next mistake I see all the time on walks is the retractable leash. I get why people buy them. A retractable leash teaches your dog the exact opposite of good leash manners. But the training issue is nothing compared to the safety nightmare they create. The solution. Section 3. Mistake number 3. The boredom blight. You take your dog for a long walk every day. Here's the harsh truth. A bored dog is an anxious, frustrated, and often destructive dog. The solution is to make brain games a non-negotiable part of your dog's day. Mid-video CTA, by the way. If you're finding these tips helpful and you want to become an even better dog parent, take a second to hit that subscribe button. Section 4. Mistake number 4. The forced friendship. This next mistake comes from a good place. Our very human desire for our dogs to be social butterflies. This is a huge mistake because it ignores one simple truth. Your dog might not be feeling friendly in that moment, and they are almost definitely telling you so. When you ignore those signals and force the interaction, you're breaking your dog's trust. The solution is to be your dog's advocate. Your number one job is to keep them safe, not to make sure they say hi to every dog on the block. Section 5. Mistake number 5. The silent pain. Is there another common mistake you think other dog owners should know about? The final mistake is the most overlooked and the most physically damaging: neglecting your dog's dental health. Bad breath in dogs is so common that we accept it, but it's not normal. It's usually the first sign of periodontal disease. Dogs are absolute masters at hiding pain. They can't tell you they have a raging toothache. The solution requires you to be proactive. The absolute best thing you can do at home is daily toothbrushing with a VIT-approved dog-specific toothpaste. Conclusion. So there you have it 5 habits that seem harmless but could be hurting your dog, confusing them with inconsistent rules. The fact that you've watched this far proves how much you care about your dog. Did any of these surprise you? And before you go, check out our other video on 3 signs your dog actually trusts you. To keep learning how to be the best possible advocate for your dog,